Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. You're watching Old Guy Firewood. My name is Dick, and a couple years ago I did a video on firewood measuring devices for cutting the length of your rounds for firewood, and I looked at, I don't know, 3 or 4 different methods, and I came up with what I thought were my top 2. One of them was a little laser beam type instrument, which I since have discounted because it was just kind of a pain to have to recharge that thing all the time, and in bright sunlight that little red dot didn't always show up so good. So I had settled on basically 3 other methods that I've been using, and you know, I've changed my mind about what I was saying 2 years ago, and I'm going to show you why. And I'm also going to give you an opportunity to get your name in the drawing for a free one of the devices that I do use now almost exclusively. So stand by. Now these are the 3 basic measuring devices that I've been using. I've got a piece of PVC pipe cut to 16 inches and a piece of lumber crayon, piece of chalk. You can use just a stick measured to 16 inches. Go along, mark the log manually. The other device that I use is it's called Perfect Stick. When I did the video a couple years ago, and I'm going to leave a link to that video in the description, because you're going to need to go back to that video and if you want to get your name entered into the drawing. But the Perfect Stick is very similar to the AccuMark magnetic device. It goes on your bar where you can cut, mark, and just make marks. You can't actually cut the rounds. You have to take it off and go back and cut the rounds. But again, very similar to the AccuMark, same concept. And the other device that I had been using is a Mingo Marker, which is a device that you roll along the log and it shoots a little spot of paint every 16 inches. And use all 3 of these, but I've kind of settled on one, and I'm going to show you why here. If you're cutting firewood, whether it's for yourself or if you're cutting it to sell, everybody knows the old saying that time is money. And in today's hectic world, our time is very valuable to us. And again, whether you're doing it to make money or whether you're doing it for your own use, time is important. So what I wanted to figure out is what measuring device could I use that would take the least amount of time to mark the log. It would give me an accurate 16-inch mark, and you know, that's the one that I should be using. If it's accurate, if it's fast, if it's time savings, that's what I wanted to use. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take all 3 of the methods that I showed you. I'm going to take the old stick and chalk. I'm going to go along and mark this log. I'm going to go along and mark this log. And I'm going to time from the time I pick that thing up until the time I've got the log marked and ready to pick up the chainsaw and start cutting. I'm going to time how long it takes me to mark those logs. Then I'm going to do the same thing with the Perfect Stick, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the Mingo Marker, and we'll see what the results are. So let me get those and we'll start now. Okay, the first method we're going to use is the old stick and chalk, and I've got them in hand, and we're going to start right now. We're going to start timing right now. Okay, they're ready to cut, marked, and we'll stop the timer right now. All right, the second method we're going to try is the Perfect Stick. I've got it in hand. We'll start right now. Okay, they're marked, ready to cut. We'll stop the clock when I made the last mark. Okay, the third method we're going to try is the Mingo Marker. Thing's real easy to use. You just back it up and start it there. And we'll stop it right now, all marked up. Now, from a time standpoint, you can clearly see that the Mingo Marker is much faster than the other two methods. The old stick and chalk method came in right at 30 seconds. The perfect stick was right there at about 30 seconds. And the Mingo Marker marked those two logs in under 12 seconds. So a big time savings using the Mingo Marker. There are a couple things that I'll mention about all three, and let me show you that now. Now, if you're using the old stick and chalk method, you have to keep track of two pieces. And I can't tell you how many times I've been able to locate the stick, but I can't find my chalk or my lumber crayon, and I'll waste a lot of time looking for it. With the perfect stick, similar type situation, you have to be concerned about keeping track of the perfect stick, and then you have to have a separate saw to attach it to before you can start marking. I use this electric saw for that, but most people would just have to take their gas saw, crank it up, and attach it, mark it, take it off, and then start cutting. With the Mingo Marker, you only have one item to keep track of, and it's the color's pretty visible. It's not hard to spot. I can always put my hands on it quickly, and it's by far the fastest and the easiest to get a hold of and use. Another great feature of the Mingo Marker is that you can get different size wheels. They're available from Mingo Marker depending on how long you want to measure your pieces. I have the wheel for 16-inch, which is all I need, but they make wheels, I think, for like 6, 12, 18, 24, 20, I'm not sure, but several different lengths that you can get. So you're not limited to a 16-inch piece like you are with the perfect stick or the old chalk and stick. Just a matter of changing the wheel, and you can measure your splits any length you want. Now, when I first reviewed devices for measuring a couple years ago in that video, and again, there'll be a link in the description to that video, and you're going to need that if you want to enter your name into the drawing. One of the concerns I raised was the little paint spot on the wood, and I've come to find that it's just a non-issue. If you take these rounds and split them into 8 pieces, you might have one piece that has a little bit of paint on the end, but it's not anything that's noticeable. It's not anything that's a real problem. Fast, easy, ready to buck up. And I'm sure you can guess that the Mingo Marker has become my preferred device for marking firewood logs for bucking up. And watching some of the other channels, Shibe, Outside with Shibe, and Jake and Chris at Dude Ranch DIY almost use the Mingo Marker exclusively. So I know if those guys use it, it's got to be good, and I've certainly proved that, I think. I mentioned when I started this video that I was going to let you know what my favorite marking device was, and I've done that. It's the Mingo Marker, and I think I've shown you why. And I also mentioned that you had a chance to get your name in for a drawing, and the drawing is for a brand new Mingo Marker. My Mingo Marker, somebody, and it may have been me, I think, just misused it and broke the little trigger mechanism here. And I called Mingo Marker, and they immediately said, no problem, we'll send you a new trigger. And got talking to the guy, the owner of the company, Brandon, and talked about what I was doing with YouTube and how much I enjoyed his product and so on. And he said, well, I'll tell you what, he said, I'll send you the new trigger for your Mingo Marker, and I'll also send you a couple of Mingo Markers that you can use as giveaways on your channel. So I have one that I'm going to give away with this video, and in order to get your name into the drawing, all you have to do is tell me. And I mentioned with the Mingo Marker, the first time I reviewed it, I had a little bit of concern about the paint mark not an issue. I've totally discounted that. And I had one other minor concern. And if you can tell me what that minor concern was, the second thing with the Mingo Marker, and leave it in the comments, just say Mingo Marker, and then a little statement about what my second concern was about the Mingo Marker. Your name will go into the drawing for a brand new Mingo Marker. And if I have several correct answers, I'll take all of those and do a random generator and pick one winner and let you know how that came out. But I hope you enjoyed this video. It's nice to find things that save you time and energy in the wood yard, and this is certainly one of those things. So in addition, I will leave a link in the description of this video to Mingo Marker, and I'll also leave information for a 15% discount code associated with my channel, which you can use if you decide to buy one. You can get 15% off using, I think the code's Old Guy 15, but I'll verify that and put it in the description. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you found something better. I've been cutting wood for a long time, and I really think this is the answer. So let me know. And as I always say at the end of all my videos, best advice I can give you is to keep moving. So keep moving, keep cutting, and we'll see you on the next one.